Okay, it's actually not too bad. Ooh. There he goes. Welcome to Sprint 101. Classes in session. We are going over the beautiful art of sprinting. I'm going to take you through a couple pointers, a couple tips, a couple drills, and then my 99 overall create a sprinter made up of 5 legends. Sprint 101, the most important thing before we even get in the water. Know your gifts and skills. What works well in the water? What were you naturally born with to bring to the water? What does water want from you? Ask it that. Also known as style. What is your style in the water? So swimming, obviously time-based. You might not be familiar with style, what I'm talking about when I say that. So think skateboarding, BMX, anything in the X Games, surfing, anything where you bring a certain swagger or aura. It's not just technique. I'm not just saying look at the difference in Lizak versus Bousquet, Phelps versus Lochte. It's not just technique. It's what you're bringing to the water, what people are focusing in on that know nothing about technique or anything. What is catching their eye? What is catching your eye? What are you bringing to the water where the water says, I like that style, I like what he's doing something different. He's got personality within the stroke. That might be the best way to put it. What's your personality within the stroke? So, is it your start? Is it your back half, Chalmers? Is it your undies? Is it your flutter kick? Is it your turnover? It's a million different things. And from age 5 until you're 105, it could change, but you got to figure out what your style is, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are. So, master your strengths and improve your weaknesses. So for me, starts, undies, athleticism. I feel like that's probably my top 3 of what I bring to the water, and I utilize that the best I can in the race. This is what the universe is telling me I have. This is my natural gift. Go capitalize on it. That being said, my weaknesses, generating speed. If you have me go from a dead stop, I'm terrible. If I didn't have this thing back here, you guys would not know who I am. Speed, kick. So actual flutter kick, your boy cannot flutter kick. He's really not that good at it. I just use it to maintain my speed. Doesn't really propel me forward a whole lot. And then my back end speed. I can get out pretty quick, but coming home hurts your boy. It really hurts your boy. So sprinting, all about style and personality, and you're always trying to figure this out. It's exactly what I wanted to say. That's why I wrote it in my notebook. Let's get in the water. Okay, our actual race car, our Toyota Supra. Shout out Toyota. More of a Sienna man myself. That's the minivan. We're gonna think of our body as a race car. Trunk is gonna be the frame or the chassis. We can include our head in that as well. Legs, hips down is gonna be our engine. It's gonna be revving the whole time. And then think of our arms as the tires. You need every part to work in unison, and you need all 3 to race. So if your chassis and frame is not strong enough holding everything together, you're gonna crash. If you don't have good enough tires and you're slipping out front, you got no grip, you're not gonna be moving. And if you're not getting your RPMs up with your legs or your engine, you're going absolutely nowhere. So you need all 3 of those. I'm oversimplifying this, but quite honestly, I don't think it needs to get any more confusing than that. For each part of the race car, the frame, the engine, and the tires, I'm gonna give you one thing to think about. So we're gonna start with the frame, the chassis, or the trunk. You want to think there's a pole that starts right here at the top of your head and it goes all the way down to your toes. And the whole time you're sprinting, you're just going to be rotating around the pole that whole time. Nothing's going to be going left or right, east to west. Everything's going to be rotating, I almost just fell. Everything's going to be rotating on one axis the whole time. So obviously with sprinting, it's not enough time to get a full rotation. So there's going to be short, quick, strong rotations, all coming from that chassis, the frame, or that trunk. So a lot of your power is going to be maintained within the trunk here in sprinting. All of your balance, all of your momentum, a lot is determined by how strong this trunk is. So trunk work, ab work, core work, whatever you want to call it, is very important for sprinting. You want this to stay as strong as you can, because if you get to the last 15 meters of a race, you start getting squirrely. That's what I call it. Think of the 2008 400 free relay. I know you're smiling with Bernard. Got a little squirrely there at the end. Hips were doing this. As soon as you get out of line, tires aren't going to work right, your engine's not going to work right, your chassis is done, the frame's broke, and the car is crashed. Rotate around the pole just like that. Okay, for the engine of our race car, this one we can keep very simple. Everyone knows you have to kick, and you have to kick hard. But what's the whole point of the engine? We have to keep that steady, because not only does it keep our RPMs up and keeps us moving forward on one line, on one plane throughout the entirety of the 50 free or 100 free, it's also going to help with our rotation within the stroke. So you might not think that. You might think the arms is what's causing the rotation, and a lot of the trunk, I think it goes trunk and then legs and then the arms is what helps with rotation. But you have to think hips down, that snap. So it's kind of a blend between the engine or legs and the trunk or frame that kind of work together to get that snap. So you're snapping like this. It really has not much to do with the arms. So you're just going to be doing this the whole time with the kick and with the trunk. Okay, so we are on to our tires, the last bit of the race car. You can call this arms. I think I'm going to call it catch for today. So everybody knows in swimming, high elbow, grab as much water as you possibly can. Yes, I think a couple pointers that helped click for me at a young age. The sooner you can get your fingertips facing the bottom of the pool, the more water you're going to be grabbing. So gallons and gallons of water is what we're going for here. So you have to think right when you're out front, getting those fingertips down to the bottom of the pool. So I just grabbed a foot of water, didn't let anything sink right there. That, as opposed to this. So fingertips down to the bottom of the pool. Follow that all the way through, and you almost want to feel like you're stuck in concrete. So right when you hit here and you go for that catch, you almost want to feel like you're moving past the water. I know it's impossible because the water's going to move around your arm, but you have to think as if you're almost stuck in concrete. You're going here and you're moving past the water instead of the water moving around your arm. I know it's impossible. It's a good mental cue to work for, and think of just grabbing gallons and gallons of water. So if you go watch Bobby Fink smile, you'll notice every time Bobby's catching, it's here, boom, right on the top of the surface.
Position at the front makes the stroke look very easy.
So with sprinting, think about how much momentum is coming in. You'll notice if you watch any sprinter, they're going to be crashing down a little bit. So it's not going to look the same as Bobby's mile catch where he's right at the surface of the water. We have so much momentum coming in, they will sink a bit. Just want to give you guys a heads up. There's not much you can do to where you can just stop your arm immediately. So you kind of have to work with the momentum of your arms. It'll sink probably 6 inches, but it's the same thing. You want to catch as early as you can, but they will crash in a little bit and sink down just a bit. It's the nature of the beast, as they say. So just a little heads up if you're watching freestyle compared to a mile versus a 50 free. If I could take Bobby's catch in the mile, I 100% would put it in my stroke, but with the laws of physics on Earth and how they are right now, you can't do it. I don't care what you do on the recovery. I really don't. It's all about the catch, frame, and the kick. Not a fan of straight arm. You might like straight arm. I haven't heard a good argument for it. I don't care what you do on the recovery as long as you stay relaxed. GTOs for sprint efficiency. I don't know what GTO stands for. Don't ask me. I just know I've been doing them and I like them. You only get 4 kicks off every single wall, so just keep that in mind. Only 4 kicks. And we're going for the same stroke count every single time. If you can get less strokes, that's even better. So, fins, paddles. If you have to breathe, you can put a snorkel on. I don't recommend breathing. Use your engine to get you through the water and not just rely on your arms to spam yourself through the water. So, you need to be under 20 strokes on all these. You only get 4 kicks off this wall. Easy one to remember. You'll do 80% effort for the first one. Say you hit 20 strokes, put that on 2 to 3 minutes rest. Next one, 85% effort. Try to hit 20 strokes again. Third one, 90% effort. Try to hit 19 strokes, that would be cool. And then on that last one, we're gonna go ahead and go all out here. 100% race effort, keeping that stroke count low. So that's ideal with getting your stroke count less and less.
Yeah.
you're doing these no breath, it's tough. It's about the efficiency. So you want to stay the same stroke count, but get faster. So you're gonna have to really rely on the engine. You're gonna have to rely on your chassis to stay engaged the whole time so you don't get squirrely, because your heart rate's gonna be up with how much overkick you're doing, and you're gonna need to be as efficient as you can on every single catch. So the paddles helps keep you engaged. Fins actually get you moving through the water, because if you do this without fins, it's tough. So there's GTOs for you. I don't care about your tempo. I don't care if you can absolutely spam and swing your arms through the water. It's about efficiency. So Bruno Fratus, one of the most efficient guys I've seen in the water. Not the biggest guy, not the strongest, but he works so well with the water, has a very efficient stroke. Doesn't have a crazy turnover, but man, he just knows how to move through the water very efficiently. So go check out some of his races. Nice little drill for y'all. Final tip for sprinting, very important, maybe the most important, relax. Relax, dude. You have to, every part of your body moving through this water needs to be fluid, exactly like this. That's what your body needs to be doing the whole time you're sprinting. Nothing's rigid, exactly like the start video. Nothing's tense, nothing's rigid. You want to be strong, but you want to be working with the water. Just chill, man. Okay, I told you guys I would give you my 99 overall sprinter. Gotta show myself some love. I'll get you to 15 meters, okay? So, me to 15. So, you can have my start, you can have my undies. That's it. I even feel bad writing my name down for this, but I'll get you to 15. Next, we got my boy Tone Dog. Tony, top end speed and patience. So go watch Rio. Not the best starter in the world. He's terrible at starting, actually. Let's just call it for what. Let's call a spade here, folks. His top end speed in Rio, he mowed down the whole field. He should have been out of it, but his top end speed and patience. Hey Ryan, is that how you spell patience? Please, I really hope that's so wrong. Okay. Oh, dude, my boy Florent Manadou, my boy. Strength, and honestly, size doesn't matter, but just because he's a good-looking guy and he's really big, we're gonna go with strength and size. Okay, we got Cielo, obviously, world record holder. I'm gonna put passion and clutchness. Clutchness? Yeah, passion and clutchness. I think it's very important for the 50, and style. We can go ahead and add style in here from the first thing I was talking about. And then last but not least, Gary Hall Jr. Swagger, confidence, whatever you want to call it. So this is my 99 overall, and then as long as they don't look like Bobby Pink, this is good to go. And this is a under 20 point 50 free long course for sure.